Hi guys and welcome to DIY Ideas. Today I have a new tutorial here with a triangle scarf. I kind of wrapped it around here a little bit so you can see what it looks like when you have it around your neck. This is a black and white loop wool, so you actually don't need any crocheting hooks or knitting needles or anything like that. You just have these little hooks, these little loops that you pull through each other, and how I did this you'll see now. Have fun! So this is the Alice Puffy wool. This is a type of yarn, a type of wool that you can use without any crocheting hooks. You just use your fingers, and this is kind of like a black and white color. It's really cozy, it's really cute, and it's 100 grams and it's 9 meters long. And the color here is called, let's see, the 686. And yeah, so what is this wool? What does it look like? How do you use it? You'll see now. So you can see here these little loops that are here, and it's kind of like a thread with all these little loops hanging from it. And I think it actually looks really cute like this also. And yeah, it's the right kind of size, so you can really do this really easily with your fingers. And so I thought, well, I'm just gonna do a triangular scarf with this, a triangle scarf. So you have to, yeah, I'm gonna start here with this loop, and we're gonna pull 2 of these loops through this one loop here. So number 1, and here comes number 2. Okay. So out of 1 we made 2 here. Yeah. And here for this next row, we're gonna do this here from left to right. So we're gonna put the thread kind of behind here. We're gonna take one of these loops and pull it through this first one here on the left. And then we'll do the same thing here with the second loop. At the beginning and at the end of every row, we're gonna add 2 loops per loop. So on this row, because there was just 2 loops, we're gonna actually add 4 here. So we pull 2 loops through each of the loops of the row before here. And so now we're only gonna do this at the very outside. So now that we have 4, on the very right side here, we're going to pull 2 loops through this loop here on the very right, and then for the next ones we're going to do just 1 loop per loop until we reach the end of the row, and then we're going to do 2 again. Okay, so I'm going to pull these through here, and then for the second one of this row, we're just going to pull 1 through. The same with this third one here, and then yeah, these 2 in the middle, we just do, normally we just put 1 loop through these loops, and here at the very left, we're at the end of the row, we're going to put 2 loops through this one. I'm going to see if I can, oh yeah, this works super well. Just, yeah, pull 2 of these loops through together, and so out of the 4 that we had in the row before, we have 6 now. Okay, so in this next row here we're going to have 8. So here at the very left, we're going to pull 2 of these loops through the first hook, through the first loop, and then here these next ones in between the edges, basically, we just do 1 loop per loop of the row before. Okay, I can see here kind of something, I'm not sure what happened here. I'm going to pull them out again just to be sure I did this right. No, this was right. Okay, no, good. We're good. And so here at the very left, we're going to pull 2 of these loops through, just like that, and here comes the next one. We're just going to take 1 loop now and pull it through. Yeah, it's actually really easiest if you have the thread always nice and behind yeah, where you're working from, just so you don't get confused about which loop to pull through and where you're working on, like I just did. So yeah, just make sure you count it out, that you have a good overview of where you're going and what you're trying to do. Here's the next ones. And here we pull 2 of the loops through because this is the outer one, the outermost one. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, and 8 loops. So every row you add 2 more loops. So you can kind of see here it's already kind of the shape of a triangle. I'm going to put it here on the table so you can see it better. And this is basically going to be the shape. Exactly. This is the kind of the small triangle. And so I'm going to continue doing this for a little bit, and then I'll give you an update in a minute. Okay, so I already continued here a little bit. I already have 14 of these loops now in this last row here, and you can see the shape here perfectly. I'm going to continue a little more, and then I'll show you another update. Okay, so here is a really good update after one whole ball of yarn. You can see it got a lot bigger, and I'm gonna add the other ball of yarn now. This is where I started, and here is where I'm left now. So the last like 2 or 3 loops I'm not going to use now, and so I'm going to take the new ball of yarn and take the thread here, and we have this little first bit here that doesn't have any loops. Okay, and so we'll pull the loop through here. How I'm doing this fade exactly I'll show you at the end of the video. And here, okay, so it seems like it holds together really well without doing any knitting or tying or whatever. So I'm going to pull this one through, and then a second one through, because here we are at the outer edge again. Here's the second one, and exactly, so here we are at the last one again. So we're going to put 2 of these through again, and then work backwards again from right to left. Okay, and I'm going to continue this again until this whole ball is basically gone as well. So here we are, we only have a few loops left here. This is kind of the last bit. This is not enough for the last row. It has a really nice long edge here, the scarf, and it's definitely longer than a meter, maybe 1.40 meters or 1.5 meters. If you want, obviously you can continue doing this with more yarn. It obviously depends on what you would like. And it's super tight, it's really cozy, it's super comfy, honestly. I think this would keep you nice and warm for the winter. So how do I end this row here? So I'm going to take my hook here. Actually, you don't need it, but I like using it. So I'm going to go back to the edge here, to the last little corner where I started this last row. And I'm going to go through this hook and pull the loop in front through. Okay. And you can do this with your fingers as well. If you've seen any of my other videos with this yarn, with this Alice Puffy wool, you can see that this works just as well with your fingers, but I actually prefer using my hook here. So yeah, just pull the loop through the one before, and that's how you get your nice little edge here, your even edge. So I'm just going to do this for the whole rest of the edge here. And I think, yeah, like I said, I think this is easier, at least for me, with a crocheting hook. If you don't have one though, don't worry. You can do this really, really easily also with your fingers. I just prefer it with my hook. Yeah, I think it's a little faster maybe. And yeah, I think this might be a little easier in general. Okay, I'm going to do this until the end of this row here. And here we are. So I just did this until the end of this row. This is the very, very last loop that we have left here. And so what we're going to do here is I'm going to cut off a little bit more of the thread. I'm going to leave maybe 5 or 6 loops, like a length of about 5 or 6 loops, and then I'm going to cut them off so that I just have a thread left. Make sure that you don't cut them too low, because it's possible that then the thread actually unravels kind of, and then there is nothing left. It has happened to me before, so yeah, it's not ideal, but okay, so we're going to pull this tight here, and we have this last bit of thread here, so I'm just going to hide this in between these stitches, in between these other loops. So I'm just going to pull it through here, and then again, just with my fingers, weave it through this little edge here at the back. And so, yeah, just so it's not visible again or anymore. And then we're done with that. And like I promised, I have here the fade between the two balls of yarn. So we have extra loops here still. I'm going to cut them off as well and leave the thread alone, basically. And so, yeah, I'm just going to cut off these loops. Exactly. And then here we have these two, little bits of thread. That's the beginning and the end of, the balls. And so I'm just going to put 2 knots here. And because it's so fluffy, you really can't see this at all. I'm just going to weave it through again here. And you already can't see this anymore. So actually, I love this because it's so easy. I just kind of weave it up and down between these other stitches, between the other loops, and it just disappears. It's like magic. Okay, so that's done as well. I just have a few of these loops here laying around, but it's actually, the pattern is super nice. It's really big, it's super cozy. And yeah, you can kind of wear it scrunched up a little bit around your neck. This, obviously, the little thread I'm gonna put away and hide as well as I did with the others. But you can see how big and cozy this turned out. This wool is just so nice for the winter. It's super fun crocheting with your fingers. And yeah, thank you for watching DIY ideas. I hope you liked this video. If you would like to watch more, please visit my channel and subscribe for free. You'll always be the first one to learn about new videos. Please share this video with your friends, and see you next time!